Are you guys messy or are you neat? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You know what's funny is when we were doing a lot of Zooming during the pandemic, it was funny to see people's houses and kind of look and see, okay, what does their house look like? Especially like with work or with church or with, whatever you were Zooming with, because I think everybody pictures everybody as being like so neat and tidy and perfectly whatever. And it seems like a lot of people had no shame in their game. Their houses were just kind of a little probably messy, not perfectly neat. And I know that sometimes, like when I've had people to come and do a service for me in my house, and I've asked them a few times just out of curiosity, do you see a lot, are most people's houses messy or are they neat? Can you tell me the truth, or have you seen any messy houses? And they always go, are you kidding me? They're like, there are a lot of extremely messy houses where it's really difficult to complete the services very well because there's so much. They called it clutter most of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like people have boxes of things and just a lot of clutter. So I think that would be one of the most fascinating things. So that said, we're talking about narcissists today, and I just want you to put yourself in those shoes before we start judging narcissists and people with NPD, because where do you fall on the spectrum versus what do narcissists do? Do you think that most narcissists are super clean freaks, super neat and tidy, or do you think that they are super messy, or do you think that they're just somewhere in between? I will say, I think more often than not, narcissists are pretty neat and meticulous and picky and exacting. And I wanted to figure out where the heck that's coming from. Because there's got to be some psychology to that, in my opinion. But then there are some narcissists who are extremely messy. And some of those folks can be like the folks in my book that I wrote called The Workplace Narcissist, where I explore these workaholic type level narcissists in great depth. And they tend to be, not all of them, some of them are super neat and they keep up with everything, every little teeny tiny detail, more details than most people. But there are those types that I find to be extremely messy. Offices, extremely messy. Their cars, extremely messy. Now, just because somebody has an extremely messy office or car or house doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. It might just mean that they're busy, or it's just not something that they're as interested or focused on, or they just don't care, or they just can't figure it out. But these workaholic type narcissists who are extremely busy, trying to overwhelm their minds because they don't want to think, because they don't like the thoughts that come into their head. And also, they like to work everybody else like crazy. And they also want to be super busy. And they have thousands of ideas and an empire worth of projects to complete. They tend to be extremely messy because they can't keep up with that. They're on to the next thing. And they are just, I mean, I'm talking extreme messy to the point where you might think they were lightweight hoarder level messy, and they don't seem to care, or they're oblivious to it, or they're not as self-conscious of it as somebody else might be. This isn't just my channel. This is our channel because we're exploring this stuff together. So make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already done so, because we want to figure this thing out together. And I love hearing your thoughts. So people have different tendencies and preferences when it comes to cleanliness and organization. While it's not accurate that all narcissists fall into one category, it's possible to observe different behaviors within this personality trait. So, for some narcissists, being extremely clean and organized may stem from a desire to maintain a perfect image and control over their environment. They may have a need for external validation and believe that having a neat and orderly space reflects their superiority or success. On the other hand, some narcissists may be more focused on other aspects of their lives, such as their work or personal interests. These individuals may prioritize their time and energy towards their pursuits, leaving less time for cleaning and organizing. Their messy offices or homes may be a result of their busy schedules and a lack of prioritization for cleanliness. Neat freak or clean freak narcissists can exhibit a strong desire for perfection, control, and maintaining a pristine outer appearance. These individuals are often obsessed with cleanliness and orderliness, going to great lengths to ensure that everything is immaculate. For some, the drive for perfection can stem from a deep-seated need to prove their superiority or maintain a sense of control over their environment. By meticulously organizing and cleaning, they believe they can showcase their superiority and project an image of success and flawlessness. This need for control may extend beyond their physical surroundings and spill over into other aspects of their lives as they strive to maintain an image of perfection in all areas. The obsession with cleanliness and order can also be linked to a desire for external validation. Neat freak narcissists may seek approval and admiration from others for their immaculate spaces. They may believe that having a pristine environment reflects positively on their status and reinforces their self-perceived superiority. Plus, you got to think about it this way, party people. What are narcissists often obsessed with? They are obsessed with the outer, not the inner, not what's internal, but outer appearances. So, what's outer is something that they can control better. It's something they can actually see. It's not about cleaning up and polishing their inner world, their mind, but it's about polishing up what you can see. And so it gives them a sense of control because they know something is a little awry. They know something is a little amiss. So the outer appearance plays a significant role for some neat freak narcissists. They may associate cleanliness and order with being attractive, presentable, and socially acceptable. By meticulously organizing and cleaning, they aim to project an image of sophistication and refinement, which they believe will garner admiration and attention from others. Workaholic narcissists with messy cars, messy offices, and messy homes can create quite comical spaces. Their hectic and self-absorbed nature often translates into an environment that is both chaotic and amusing. Let's start with their messy cars. Picture a vehicle packed with an assortment of items ranging from fast food wrappers to clothes and even random office supplies. The back seat resembles a mini storage unit where finding a place to sit becomes a challenge. The dashboard is cluttered with papers, empty coffee cups, and various electronic devices, making it resemble a busy command center. It's as if their car has become an extension of their disorganized mind, reflecting their inability to prioritize tidiness amidst their relentless pursuit of success. Moving on to their messy offices, these spaces often resemble a whirl of papers, sticky notes, and scattered office supplies. The desk is a jumble of unfinished projects, empty coffee cups, and stacks of neglected paperwork. It seems as though they have adopted a pile system where important documents are buried under layers of clutter, leaving visitors to wonder if they'll ever see the light of day again. Despite the chaos, they may insist that they know where everything is, as if their ability to navigate through the mess is a testament of their genius. As for their messy homes, imagine a living room littered with clothes, shoes, and half-empty takeout containers. The dining table serves as a makeshift desk covered in papers, laptops, and random household items. The bedroom resembles a tornado aftermath, with clothes strewn across the floor and an unmade bed that has become a breeding ground for laundry piles. These spaces reflect a lack of concern for their personal surroundings as their self absorption takes precedence over maintaining a tidy and organized home. The psychology behind the messiness of workaholic narcissists can be linked to their prioritization of self importance and their constant striving for success. Their messy spaces serve as a visual representation of the preoccupation with their own ambitions and self image. They may view tidiness as a trivial matter, believing that their time and energy are better spent on pursuing their goals and maintaining their superior image in the professional realm. The messiness is a reflection of their narcissistic tendencies, where their own needs and desires take precedence over the order and cleanliness of their surroundings. There isn't a definitive answer to which type of narcissist is more typical or more likable, as narcissism manifests in various ways and individuals can have different preferences. However, we can explore some general observations. The messy narcissist and the neat freak narcissist represent two different expressions of narcissism, and each has its own characteristics that can impact how they are perceived. The messy narcissists, with their disorganized and cluttered spaces, may come across as more relatable or approachable to some people. Their messiness can be seen as a sign of their busy and chaotic lifestyle, which may resonate with individuals who also struggle with keeping things tidy. They might be perceived as more laid back or creative, as their focus is primarily on their own goals and self-image rather than maintaining a pristine environment. However, their messiness can also be seen as a lack of consideration for others and a disregard for basic cleanliness, which may lead to negative perceptions. On the other hand, the neat freak narcissist, with their obsession for order and cleanliness, may be viewed as more disciplined or detail-oriented. Their meticulousness can give the impression of high standards and attention to detail, which can be appealing to some individuals. They may be seen as more organized and efficient, as their need for control extends to their physical environment. However, their obsession with perfection and their tendency to prioritize appearances over substance may make them come across as rigid or inflexible, which can be off-putting to some people. Ultimately, the likability of a narcissist, regardless of their neatness or messiness, depends on individual preferences and values. Some individuals may appreciate the creativity and authenticity they perceive in messy narcissists, while others may admire the discipline and attention to details displayed by the neat freak narcissist. So, narcissistic traits can be challenging to navigate in any form, and we have to prioritize healthy boundaries and self-care when dealing with narcissistic people. Yes, both the messy narcissist and the neat freak narcissist can be difficult to deal with, although in different ways. The messy narcissist can be challenging because their lack of organization and consideration for others can create chaos and frustration in their surroundings. They may neglect responsibilities, leaving messes for others to clean up, and disregard the needs and preferences of those around them. Their focus on their own goals and self-image can make it difficult for them to empathize with others or consider how their actions impact those around them. This can lead to strained relationships and feelings of frustration or resentment. On the other hand, the neat freak narcissists can be difficult because of their obsession with order and control. They may have excessively high standards and expectations for themselves and those around them. They may become highly critical and demanding, expecting everything to be done precisely according to their specifications. This can create a tense and oppressive environment where mistakes are not tolerated and individuals may feel constantly judged or inadequate. Their rigid mindset and inflexibility can make it challenging to have open and honest communication, as they may be unwilling to consider alternative perspectives or compromise. In both cases, the difficulty lies in the narcissist's self-centeredness and lack of empathy for others. They prioritize their own needs and desires above all else, which can lead to strained relationships and a lack of consideration for those around them. So remember, it's important to set clear boundaries, practice self-care, and seek support when dealing with difficult narcissistic individuals. So check out my 3 books. I think they'll all be helpful to you. One is on narcissism, one is on your love life, and the other one is about the 16 personality types. And if you don't know your Myers-Briggs personality type, you gotta figure that out, because I think you will love reading my book about them. So check those out. I'll put the links in the description box, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thanks for hanging with me and learning. Bye.